Unknown gunmen suspected to be herdsmen have killed over 20 farmers across at least 4 communities in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. The armed assailants reportedly launched their attack in the early hours of the weekend, unleashing terror on the residents. The affected communities have been identified as Aba Pastor, Aba Sunday, Ademekun Camp, and Aba Alajido camps within Ala Elefoson. Meanwhile, 14 bodies have so far been recovered from the affected areas, while search efforts continue for other missing persons. Speaking on the incident, Princess Adelowo Adekemisola, the regent of Ademekun village, confirmed that the attackers infiltrated the communities before opening fire indiscriminately. The herdsmen entered our communities through the Ondo boundary and began shooting sporadically, the statement said. This is one of the few that has been discussed since yesterday till today. The other one was in Benue State. The Lakurewa invaded the community and lots of lives were lost. Like I mentioned, of the issue of insecurity in most of the parts of the country, especially the northeastern parts of the country. The issue of insecurity that's actually escalating up to the brim. Then this issue that there's been a case at the National House of Assembly where they're trying to check on the herder clash issue, the issue of farmer clash and farmer herder clash issue going on in the country. There's been a case where a particular herdsman actually took a life of an individual because that individual attacked their cow. Most oftentimes when you see how they rear their cow, how they take them into the farmlands, in order to feed them, destroying most of this plants and foods that are being planted for consumption. Most of these farmers actually make their livelihoods from this crops that they plant. We've seen most of these herdsmen get into particular community and break whatever we may call it in that instance. It's just been an escalating situation going on in the country. Well, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, what you have to say concerning this, please.
But what I think is happening here is that the value of lives in this country is beginning to nosedive as the days go by, and that's because the government has appeared not to be so interested about the security of lives first of its citizens.
Okay.
How can we be reporting that about 20 persons died from a clash in one community in one state, and then we'll be having the president of the country and possibly the governor too of that state to be in Asher Rock last night enjoying breaking Ramadan fast, the breaking fast with the president, and then we're moving on as if nothing happened? If this were to be in the United States, the kind of attention the media will give it, you will see the president coming down to ground zero, coming down to the scene of the incident, coming down to, you see how it will be a national effort, national attention. We're talking about 20 human beings dying. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, and then yesterday about 8 persons died in accident. Not even the governor, the attention is just like as if nothing is happening. So these things will continue to happen like this until we have a government that cares so much about the lives of its citizens. Because the approach our government and the attention our government exerts in instances like this will either make it to continue to happen or stop it immediately. If government has given so much attention to this incident that to the reason that the president makes a comment on it, does something about it, the governor of that state is there, you will see the immediate attention will be there. The whole Nigeria will stand still for this incident. You will see that the perpetrators of this act solutions will come out. This issue will be addressed. The other laws will be passed or actions will be taken, and then people will be called to order. The herders who attack communities, you see, there will be measure. Quick fix will immediately come about because these things happen, and then everybody to your destiny and to your tents, O Israel, as they always say. So tomorrow, as you can see, by tomorrow and next, this matter is forgotten. The herders will go to another community and they wreak another havoc again. Nothing happens.
Why do you think that it has not been addressed up till now?
Why it has not been addressed up till now? Because Nigerian government, from the governor of, I'm even shocked that this thing happened. The only thing, the highest thing we hear is the police. The police PIO making the comment on it. Not even the local government chairman, not even the governor. Of which I am very sure that if we check the dinner the president had yesterday with all the state governors, Ondo state governor Loke will be there in that Akure, enjoying with the president. When communities, people in the community are dying in that number, 20 persons, death of 20 persons is not a joke. That should be reported, and then there will be this kind of very minimal attention. So that's why these things keep on happening. Like I said, if these things happen and the attention is given, and this issue will be naturally escalated, and then responses will come, solutions will come, and then from the solutions, you see, it will be difficult for the people. Those who did this thing will definitely be apprehended, and the punishment will follow. It will now stop others from replicating it. Okay, but these things happen, and then it goes almost unnoticed. That's why it will happen again. That's why before this month maybe runs, and you hear again to another clash in another community in another state where herdsmen go and hack people's life, and all of that. Imagine what animal will eat is now taking the lives of human beings. I've seen how many times when government talk about bringing grazing reserves and all of that. All those things that Buhari government is and all of that, grazing routes and all of that. And then some state governments started enacting bans on open grazing and all of that. The other day I was coming back from this airport road. We are all stuck on traffic waiting for cows to leave the road. Where there's an anti-open grazing law in River State not being enforced. So I think the attention the government has not given to this incident is why they are still happening and why they may continue to be happening. Let government be alive to your responsibilities and see that it is just a chaos waiting to happen if herders are allowed to rear their farms openly from one community or one location to another, because between this location is one location to another are farms, people's houses. People definitely want to protect their farms. How do you contain animal that doesn't have sense from entering your farm without having to harm the animal, the owner of the animal not coming to attack you? Why do these things happen and no arrest is made? We didn't hear that the police had arrested anybody. Is it so easy to kill people and then you just go, everything just happen like that? So the summary is that the value of life in this country is coming down too much, and something needs to be done about it. You
made mention about us waiting for the right leader to emerge. Don't you think this has been a way too long waiting for the right person to actually take drastic measures, just like you stated here? And I also want to get your thoughts on if you look at the present-led administration and the way the issue of insecurity has, been tackled, do you think it has been, been taken in a necessary move that it's supposed to? Do you think the issue of insecurity is increasing or it has reduced?
Well, I think it's neither here nor there, if you ask me, because the same incidences are happening under Buhari's administration. Are still happening these days. Though you hear news about military onslaught on insurgents a day after the other. But these incidents of kidnapping people, killing, herders, farmers clashes, they see occur, and nothing appears to be, from, in my opinion, be done about it. You see, don't have a clear cut policy on some of these things. We may say that there is reduction in the number of this group that came out on the banditry. Okay. But you know, the Lakarawa that came out, okay, which is a new thing on that thing. It's difficult to say because their news is always almost every week they strike. You see very horrible videos of their terror on human beings on our soil and all of that. So I think the government needs to be much more aggressive in their approach to security of lives and property. Okay. There have been issues of setting up state policing. We don't know where the Tinubu's government is on it. Recently we heard that they wanted the vice president was calling state government to make their final inputs about state policing. Where are they on the state policing? But I feel that Nigeria is under-secured. Largely under-policed. I believe that if we have state police properly structured and properly insulated from the vagaries of politics, it will serve more to secure our people than we currently have. Whereas somebody sits in Abuja and determines who secures somebody in River State that's so many thousands of miles away, and then you remove the police commissioner, the police officer at will. When you don't even know the terrain, you bring somebody here before the person understands River State. 2, 3, 4 months, you remove the person, you bring another person who is a total, maybe a total stranger to the place, and the person has started learning and all that. So security is just neither here nor there. So if something can be done with respect to promulgating this state policing and having it constitutionalized and operational in Nigeria, I think it will help us. It will help us, and it may help the states owning the security of the lives of their people. Okay. Yes, not when it happens. Of course, the governor will tell you it is a security issue. Security issue is not his hand. It's the chief security officer in the world, not in practice, because he doesn't give directive to the police commissioner. And again, where you have most times you have people who are not indigenous of the state being in charge of the police of that state, you see that it may be difficult for the commissioner to do more if the assailants and the aggressors are people of his own kind. Okay, so if you have the indigenous of a state protecting their state, securing their state, it will be difficult for strangers or people who are not from that state to be allowed into their state to make trouble. Because you see the passion will not be the same. Because you see people trying to secure their own, knowing fully well that in this state where I come from, my family probably is here, my mother is here, my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, and all, they are here. So if I allow this to happen, it may affect me personally. Yeah. But when you have somebody from another state, maybe from the north, policing River State, and then the person wouldn't care any less if such a thing is going on, especially if the people are people of his kind, either in terms of region or religion. So state police is actually a very good way to go, but it has to be done in such a way that the system must be insulated from the nuances of politicians and politics.
Thank you on that.